Hey, so real quick thing, I know that Fortnite isn't everyone's jam here on this channel, but if you are someone who does enjoy Fortnite, I just launched this kind of joint project thing with Mama's Boy, who used to do the Minecraft animations, doing these little short film things with Fortnite Theater Mode. I'm gonna link it in the description if you want to check the first video that went up. But again, no obligation. I just want to throw it out there. If you do like Fortnite and you want to check it out, and Mama's Boy makes good stuff. And anyway, it's there. All right, on to the video. So there was a tweet about this subreddit that went kind of viral, and I think because of that is why some people were saying I should make a video on it. I wish I could have been a hipster and been like, yeah, I already knew about that subreddit, but I didn't. It's called Scary Signs. So we're gonna be browsing some of the scariest signs of all time that people have found and posted to this subreddit, which I suppose is more niche. But so we have 58,000 people who are scared sign enthusiasts here. So without further ado, we'll begin with what I think is about number 19. Deep in an Illinois woods, in a small clearing, a quarter-mile off the main path. No digging. Caution, do not dig. Buried in this area is radioactive material from nuclear research conducted here 1943 to 49. Burial area something marked by 6 corner markers 100 feet from this center point. There is blank danger to visitors. Huh. Good to know. So apparently if you dig, you just release all the radiation. But if you're standing on top of it, it's okay. Don't worry, it hasn't permeated into the air around this place. This isn't Chernobyl. It's only gonna turn into Chernobyl if you dig. So just don't do that. That's pretty good discouragement, just in case you really want to dig in a remote area in the Illinois woods. You just arrive there and you're like, you know what seems like a good idea? Just a bit of digging right now. That's what I'm feeling like. A casual Sunday afternoon dig. Because what else would you do with your Sundays other than go and dig? I hope it's actually contained within something that's not supposed to let the radiation out, but I don't even know how that works. Anyway, don't dig. Button to save people from crossing the desert from Mexico. If you need help, push the red button. U.S. Border Patrol will arrive in 1 hour. Do not leave this location. Attention, you cannot walk to safety from this point. You are in danger of dying if you do not summon help. And then the equivalent in Spanish. Huh, so how did you end up there yourself? Because apparently being there, you are in danger of dying. So, what, did you push the red button? You're like, I wonder if this still works. Let's press it and just hang out for an hour and see what happens. Oh, hey, what up, Border Patrol? How you guys doing? No, we just wanted to check if the button was working. We weren't trying to waste taxpayer dollars on your manpower and all that. We just wanted to see. We were interested. Hadn't seen a press button to not die button before, so this is worth a try. Don't go swimming. I'm gonna predict this is something to do with a bacteria that climbs up your pee-pee and does bad things. Danger, deep aerated water. This water has no buoyancy. You will not float. Is that a thing though? Because I've seen that before, where it's like if you bubble water, you're not actually able to tread water. Like you'll just sink down. Is that a real thing? It must be a real thing. Otherwise the sign probably wouldn't exist to prevent you from dying. I wonder if that's just naturally, there's something releasing gas. It's like in the new Minecraft aquatic update, how when you have magma blocks at the bottom of a sea ravine, it puts up the bubbles and you sink. Aerated water. I hadn't even made the connection until just now, but that's probably what it is. So yeah, Minecraft. A good, comparison to real life. You will not float. You're gonna sink to the bottom, and there's literally nothing you can do about it. You'll be completely helpless. Yeah, that's not fun at all. After 7.5 magnitude earthquake in New Zealand. Tsunami warning, turn radio on. That's definitely a sign that you don't want to see. But at the same time, I don't know, when it comes to electronic signs, they can kind of see whenever at a moment's notice. So it's not, that is scary, but I find the ones that are baked in stone to be a little scarier. But I'm also not about that tsunami warning. I think that at the very least, if I have to look on the bright side of where I live, earthquakes, definitely a thing, but I'm high enough to where, unless a meteor hits like right off the coast of LA, I'm not at risk of a tsunami. So there's that at least. And if a meteor hits that has a tsunami big enough to get to my location, I'm pretty sure that other things have happened already, like just the meteor vaporized me. So at least in that case, it'd be really quick. I'd be gone before I even knew what happened. So I wouldn't even want a warning in that case. I'd prefer, because then if you get the warning, you get to panic for a few minutes. Like, oh God, there's a meteor coming and I'm stressed out. Whereas if there's nothing, there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it. Just don't tell me. Then all of a sudden I'm gone, and I was just enjoying my life up until that split second where at the speed of light, I was just vaporized by a meteor. So of all the ways to go, it'd probably be pretty quick and painless. I wonder how many times it's happened to lead to this. Check gun safe for cat. But how does your cat get inside your safe if the door is closed? I'm confused now. This isn't so much a scary sign as a confusing sign. I wonder if there's a confusing sign subreddit. Also, I like how there's a picture of like a goose on top of it. So goose, but check the gun safe for the cat. Make sure the cat hasn't somehow gotten inside a locked safe and is in there, and you could possibly startle the cat when you open the safe, and the cat could actually cause a gun to go off. Right. Ouch. Danger. Do not open. Not only will this kill you, it will hurt the whole time you're dying. I just like the last one. Did someone have to figure that out the hard way in order for this sign to be there? I'm sure that there are screws on this thing, which would make it seem that there is reason to open it at some point. Maybe it's just a make sure that you've turned off the breaker. Make sure you've turned off anything that leads power to this box before opening it. Because the fact that there's screws on means probably you have to get in there for some reason. So maybe add a little thing that's like, do not open unless you know what you're doing. But otherwise don't, because it's going to go poorly for you. Anyway, panel A. It's labeled for someone to work on, but I guess don't. Before the 100-mile wilderness of the Appalachian Trail. Appalachian Trail, caution. There are no places to obtain supplies or get help until Able Bridge 100 miles north. Do not attempt this section unless you have a minimum of 10 days supplies and are fully equipped. This is the longest wilderness section of the entire Appalachian Trail, and its difficulty should not be underestimated. Good hiking. Good hiking. That's a little scary. I wonder how many people have not made it through there. It's probably busy enough to where if you get into trouble, someone's able to help you out, but also you don't want to be the guy who's asking for people's help because you didn't prepare, because no one's going to be super stoked about that. One of the drives that I do on Angeles Crest, there's no cell service up there, and so I was actually talking about this earlier today, that if you go off and nobody see, like if it's at nighttime or something like that, if you go off, even if you are alive, you can't really do anything. You can't get back up to the road, you're gonna have a bad time. That's a little scary. It is amazing how dependent we are on cell phones. I wonder if there's any service here. Probably not. Naegleria fowlery, brain-eating amoeba warning. Oh, here we go. This is akin to the pee-pee warning I was talking about earlier. Warning: do not allow water to enter your nose. An amoeba common to thermal pools may enter, causing a rare infection and death. Yeah. I could probably just, if I had a private pond that there was a problem, or say there was like, if I lived right on the beach, right on the water, and I really didn't want anyone swimming in front of my house, even though it's, beaches are all public property, at least in California, and I think the US as a whole, I could just place this in the sand. Nobody's going to be swimming in my water after that, even though I'd probably get in trouble for doing that. But I also don't live on the ocean, and I wouldn't do that. If I lived on the sand, I'd be too worried about salty air corroding my electronics and whatnot. That is actually a thing. My aunt used to live on the water, and it causes decay in your electronics. Anywho, yeah, I would opt not. Pee-pee, brain, pretty important. Final warning sign for hikers attempting to summit Mount Washington in New Hampshire. Stop. The area ahead has the worst weather in America. Many have died there from exposure, even in the summer. Turn back now if the weather is bad. Now I just don't want to do it even if the weather is fantastic, because I'm going to be like, well, on Mount Everest, it can be nice and sunny, and then all of a sudden it can be the worst blizzard in the world 5 minutes later. Can that happen here? Yeah, okay, cool. I'm going to not do that. Then I'm good. That's not worth it. I guess I'm not adventurous enough to think that hiking up a mountain is worth my life. I'll just boulder inside a gym and we'll call it good. I suppose I could always hit my head on a handhold if I slip, but less likely that I'm gonna die of exposure in a climbing gym. So I guess everything in life is a calculated risk. Every time you get on the road even. Saw this in Australia. I would have figured all these would be in Australia, honestly. Please don't feed the wild animals. They learn to attack children holding food. Then we may have to destroy the animal. I like the word choice there. I don't know why, but when it comes to using the word destroy the animal, it makes me just think of stuffing dynamite inside it somehow. lighting the fuse, and like that's how you destroy the animal, is by sticking TNT in it. Why do you use that? We may have to, we may have to get rid of the animal, euthanize the animal, take it away, destroy. Is that the, I guess, there was a game at one point called Destroy All Humans, I think, so I suppose that word works, but all right, fair enough. Along the highway in Denver, Colorado. Notice, correctional facility. Do not stop for hitchhikers. I've never stopped for a hitchhiker anyway. Doesn't really matter that if there's a correctional facility nearby, but good to know, I suppose. It'll give me extra reason to not stop for hitchhikers. And I'm sorry if any casual recreational hitchhikers or happen to be watching this video. Maybe you're on your phone watching this as you're trying to catch a ride right now. I'm sorry if I've offended you, but I'm the reason why you don't have a ride yet. And I'm not going to change that. Sorry. You might be a really nice person. I'm willing to believe that, but just not worth the risk. Sorry. Watch where you step. More back-to-back hitchhikers. All right, sweet. No, that's not that's just hikers. I know the difference between words. I'm literate, I'd like to think, because you would think warning hiker, you mean warning no, warning to hikers. Unexploded artillery shells from avalanche mitigation may be found on parts of the mountain. If you find one, do not touch it. Mark its location 10 feet away with a rock pile or bright cloth. Just carry around some bright cloth with you. Rip your shirt up. Report it to an Alaska employee so it may be destroyed, like the animals who attack children. In fact, these rounds, what they do is they take these and then they ship them off to Australia, where they use them to destroy the animals that attack children. Yeah, that would be a little scary to stumble upon them. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, too real. Please note, the post-apocalyptical fiction section has been moved to current affairs. I ain't want to get political up in here, so I'm gonna just read the sign as it is, and that'll be that. Because inevitably, this would become a political discussion, and my stance on politics, avoiding like the bull and the bullfighter avoiding the bull. That's how it is. This anti-gambling ad seems awfully dystopian. In the end, the machines will win. So you're talking about gambling, or you're talking about the inevitable robot apocalypse once we've created AI that decides that we're not worth having around? Because it might not even be malicious, and I'm getting totally off topic from the gambling part of the sign, but you could potentially, you feed an AI an objective, you tell the AI, improve the world, make the world a nice place to be so that, we can all have a great time. And the AI decides, okay, well, the objective you've given me is to make the world a better place. And what I've determined is that if humans don't exist, the world will be a better place. So, therefore, destroy all humans. And it might not even be like, oh, I'm an AI and I don't like humans and wanting to take over. It's just, no, you gave me an objective and I'm trying to do it to the best of my ability. And there we go. You can't even be mad at it. You told it what to do and it's doing it. And the machines will probably win in the end, I'm sure. The school lockdown song. Lockdown. Lock the door, shut the lights off, say no more, go behind the desk and hide, wait until it's safe inside, lockdown, it's all done, now it's time to have some fun. Oh, dude. Yeah, we didn't have a lockdown, I don't feel that old, but we didn't have a lockdown song. Jesus, man. And we got the alphabet chart. This is a damn kindergarten class or something. They don't even know what lockdown means. They've turned it into ignorance is bliss, I suppose. Just, that's painful, dude. It's like the be quiet, children. You might not realize why, but be quiet. God, that's just, Warning sign near Peggy's Cove Lighthouse, Nova Scotia, Canada. Warning, injury and death have rewarded careless sightseers here. The ocean and rocks are treacherous. Savor the sea from a distance. Is that snow? No, that's in a wall. It's just kind of cracked. So you're not supposed to go in the lighthouse? Or just kind of don't go too close to the cliffs because you might slip and, they're covered in the mist of wave splashes and stuff. And then you'll slip and pretty jagged. Not fun. Apparently a lot of people have found that it's not fun, according to this sign. Wonder what the threshold was when they're like, yeah, we should put a sign here. That's one too many this time around. I think the lockdown song is worse, personally. That's my number one still. But let's check out the actual number one scary sign of all time. Don't do meth. Probably sure to be demonetized. So we'll replace the words here with other things. If you use methane gas, crystal methane gas, crank speed, glass tweak, yabba dabba do. Never heard that word before. But anyway, the others, those are fairly innocuous words otherwise. Within 12 hours of a dental appointment, you need to tell us because dental anesthetic will kill you. That's probably a good reason to tell them. Yeah, probably don't be like, well, but I just did an illegal thing and then I got, well, you also don't want to die. So if you have to come up with an excuse, just cancel your appointment. Probably be like, I don't feel so good. I'm gonna leave. We'll reschedule this for another time. Also, if you're at like the doctor or something and they ask you, have you done blank within recent times, you should always answer truthfully because it can impact diagnoses and medication, stuff like that. So even if you've done a bad thing, you should be truthful about that sort of stuff. Totally not much to do with this, but just as a PSA life lesson from me to you. Anyway, that's it for scariest signs in the world. I hope you have enjoyed or been scared. Make sure to have a nice day. Like if you haven't already, subscribe if you're not already, and music in the background is linked in the outro. I'll see you next time.